Fellow Kenyans, we have now embarked on a new phase in the war against COVID-19 pandemic. This is after yesterday's announcement by His Excellency the President that partially opened up the country, which included lifting of movement in restricted areas, in some restricted areas that had been considered very high risk, or that are still considered high risk. However, I want to follow up on one point that the President mentioned, and that is the responsibility of ensuring that inter-country spread of the virus does not happen is purely one's responsibility. It is war that requires each and every one of us to assume active responsibility and become conscious not only of his own safety and that of his family, but also of others around them. As the President said, we must become each other's keeper. With the easing of restrictions, we can no longer look up to the police to enforce adherence of containment measures. Any slight imagination is a recipe for disaster, because it is not realistically possible to deploy a police officer for every Kenyan. Therefore, as we look forward to another phase during this period of the pandemic, we must take a step back and reflect on our duty as individuals and as a people. Remember, there is no right without duty. Your duty is to observe and adhere to the infection prevention measures that the Ministry of Health has been advocating for combating this disease. Talking about these containment measures may be repetitive, and indeed, there are those who find it uninteresting, even boring, uncomfortable. However, the coronavirus, as of today, still has no cure. Neither is there a vaccine. The only available means of defense against this pandemic is the containment measures that we have continued to give.